Hi there everyone, you're here with Bo from Cryptocurrency Australia, and today we're going to be discussing central bank issued cryptocurrencies. This comes on the back of Turkey proposing its own new cryptocurrency in its new economic roadmap, something that's going to be called Turkcoin. So we're going to be discussing, what does this kind of mean? What are central bank cryptocurrencies? Is it something we really, the people, want? Is it something we need? How safe would a central bank owned and issued cryptocurrency really be? And, is it just a good idea or a bad idea? So we're going to be discussing all that plus much more in today's video. Thank you for tuning in, and let's begin. Welcome back to the video, everyone. You are here with Bo Stoner from Cryptocurrency Australia, the channel where Bitcoin economics and politics comes together. So here we have Turkey's new economic roadmap calls for central bank cryptocurrency. An economic roadmap unveiled by the government of Turkey this week includes several items related to blockchain, including a bid to create a central bank digital currency based on the technology. The 11th development plan, published on the government's official website, was submitted to the Turkish parliament on July 8th, according to regional reports. It covers the period between 2019 and 2023 and is broadly intended to serve as a guiding point for improving Turkey's economy. And as we're going to soon see, Turkey's economy is not in good shape. The wide-ranging plan covers an array of subjects, but notably states that a blockchain-based digital central bank money will be implemented according to a translation. The document also indicates that legal and technology infrastructure will be fostered by the government in an effort to utilize blockchain for transport and customs purposes. Additionally, blockchain is mentioned as one of a number of new approaches, including artificial intelligence and connected devices, also known as the Internet of Things, that will be used to embrace public services. In this latter case, it's not clear at this time how blockchain will be utilized. Few details of the proposed cryptocurrency are known, but the country has been entertaining the idea of a national digital asset, Turkcoin, since at least early 2018. According to reports at the time, the idea was pitched by lawmaker Ahmet Kenan Tanrıkulu, the deputy chair of Turkey's Nationalist Movement Party and the country's former industry minister. The news that the Central Bank of Turkey will develop a blockchain-based currency comes days after Turkey's president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, fired its governor, Murat Çetinkaya. According to the Financial Times, Erdogan said this week that the central bank will provide a greater degree of support to the economy. Other elements of the 11th development plan, while not directly related to cryptocurrency and blockchain, could ultimately impact businesses working in those areas. For example, the government plans to introduce a regulatory experiment area, an association of payment services and electronic money institutions, and the Istanbul Finance and Technology Base. Turkish banks have long partnered with crypto exchanges, though these institutions often impose strict listing and onboarding policies. Now, time to digest this. One common theme I see around the world is, especially in economies that aren't doing so well, is the need for these central banks to float or explore the idea of a centrally owned cryptocurrency. It's almost as if they're trying to optically move some of the attention from their failing economy that they have failed desperately in trying to recover. They're trying to move some of the optics onto this new, this new technology that's got a lot of hype in the media at the moment, and that people may cling some hope to. But honestly, nothing could be a worse idea than a centrally bank issued cryptocurrency. No one wants to use a currency that has a public distributed ledger that is recorded forever, that is controlled by a central bank. No one. And I mean, the ramifications of that long term, the control mechanisms that could be in place long term on citizens is scary. No one wants that. And honestly, it's just a bad idea. And like I said, it really comes down to, it seems to me like they're trying to optically move some hope or enthusiasm into a fad, right? blockchain is kind of, it's here to stay, and it's an amazing new technology. And for the purposes of Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies and decentralized networks, it's incredible. But there's a lot of other industries that are using it as like a hype and a fad. They're using it for their own purposes, right? And that's clear to see. But what we can see when we go and look into Turkey's economics at a high level, the inflation of the Turkish currency is absolutely awful. So from 2014 to around 2017, they ranged between 5 to 8% on average inflation per year. That is horrendous. Horrendous when compared with countries like the United States and Australia. Not saying that inflation is good, but inflation in places like Turkey compared to other countries that have managed their economies better, this is awful. Then it gets to around early 2017, and we start hitting numbers of between 10 and 12.5%, even worse. Then from 2018 all the way up to the end of 2018, early 2019, we're hitting up to 25% inflation. 25% of the value of someone's savings was going down per year. Seriously? Horrendous. So bad, right? And then we've had a drop off down to around 15% at the moment. So you can see that Turkey's economy is in bad shape. Bad shape. So jumping on board the latest technology being blockchain to try and issue a centrally bank controlled cryptocurrency, just a bad idea. Just a bad idea. I think these central banks should just stay clear of it, right? And I know some people in the industry like the fact that, oh, people are using blockchain and that's great. Yeah, like I get that, but some things should use blockchain and some things shouldn't. And one institution that should never use blockchain is a central bank that nobody trusts to begin with. When we come over and look at Turkey's consumer price index, CPI, we can see that it directly correlates with the inflation. CPI being how expensive goods are, right? So when you inflate the dollar, when you debase the spending power of $1 over time, goods become more expensive because shop owners and businesses and companies need to raise the prices to get the same level of value back for that good and service. It's not that things are becoming more expensive, it's that the value of the currency is going down. And we can see that from 2014, it was around 240 points up to now over 400. It's nearly doubled, right? So things have nearly become twice as expensive in a 5-year period. Horrendous. Central bank cryptocurrencies are not going to solve the issue. No one's going to use them. No one wants them. Bad idea. But let's go and look at another example. Let's see who else has tried this and let's pick it apart a little bit. So last year, we had the Venezuelan Petrol cryptocurrency by the dictator Maduro. Let's look into this one a little bit. Venezuela launches the pre-sale of a new commodity-backed digital currency. Oh, you're going to love this one, guys. We explain how it will work. Let's just run through a few of the little details about this so you get an understanding. Venezuela has officially launched the pre-sale of its new digital currency called the Petro. Petro was born, and we are going to have a total success for the welfare of Venezuela. President Nicolas Maduro said on Tuesday, according to Maduro, Petro raised $735 million in its first pre-sale day. Right, so a state-owned, right? This is a socialist state-owned cryptocurrency that raised $735 million. From who? God knows. The launch of the so-called cryptocurrency comes as Venezuela faces deepening economic and political crises. According to the government, the Petro is backed by oil, gas, gold, and diamonds, and is meant to help overcome US and EU sanctions. Here's what we know about the new currency. What is the Petro? The idea for the Petro came from Hugo Chavez, who had foreseen a strong currency backed by raw materials, according to the government's white paper on the Petro. That was called the gold standard back in the day, not a new idea or concept. Announced in December 2017, the Petro is intended to supplement Venezuela's Bolivar Fuerte currency and help overcome US sanctions. That to me seems to me like the primary driver was merely to raise money to circumvent sanctions. Petros will be pre-mined, meaning the government would produce and control it. What a surprise. Venezuela has allocated 5 billion barrels of oil to back its new digital currency, which will be tied to the cost of a barrel of Venezuelan oil. Awesome. So the currency is backed by oil. Okay, so it's a commodity-backed cryptocurrency. All right, well, let's have a look into that a little bit. Oh, guess what? Oil in Venezuela is worth nothing. Absolutely nothing. It is subsidized by the government, and they have an oversupply because they're an oil-producing nation. They subsidize it so much that $1 American can buy 3 million liters, 920,000 gallons. That's no joke. This is how cheap oil is in Venezuela. If you look into it, oil is so cheap in Venezuela that the citizens there, when they go to fill up, will pay the gas attendants with cigarettes and cookies and biscuits and food, because food is more valuable right now in Venezuela than oil. You can't give it away. So they've backed up their petrocurrency with oil that's worth nothing. You have to laugh about it. But you know what even gets more interesting is that just a few days ago, Maduro orders the top bank to make Petro available to the public. Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro has ordered one of the nation's largest banks to allow customers to access his controversial cryptocurrency, Petro. The Venezuelan Ministry of Finance tweeted the news late on Wednesday at an event marking the 10th anniversary of the Bank of Venezuela, quoting Maduro as saying, "I give the express order for transaction counters for the Petro to be opened in all Bank of Venezuela agencies." While there are no other details available so far, the move is presumably aimed to allow BOV customers to buy and deposit Petros. The move comes as the latest efforts by the president to force Venezuelan institutions to boost use of its crypto pet project. Maduro launched the Petro early last year as a means to sidestep economic sanctions and has since ordered banks to use the token, which is claimed to be pegged to the country's rich oil reserves, as well as state-owned companies. He further mandated that payments for passports should be made in Petros, a possible means of slowing the exodus of people from the troubled nations, as Petros are not readily available to the populace. The Petro has also been tied to the new national fiat currency, the sovereign bolivar, and even pegged pension and salary systems to the token. So, you know, you kind of can't blame Trump for coming out against Bitcoin and crypto when this kind of thing is going on with countries launching their own cryptocurrency to raise money to get around sanctions that is backed by commodities worth nothing. You know, Bitcoin and crypto, unfortunately, is all kind of viewed the same by people that aren't pretty knowledgeable in the area, that know the nuances of cryptocurrencies and how many different categories and how many different use cases, and some are money and some are commodities and some are gas and blah blah blah. So overall, you know, what's the takeaway? Well, I think we're going to see this more. I think more central banks are going to push this, especially in failing economies, merely to divert attention away from their failing national currencies. You know, while ever blockchain and crypto is the hot topic, they're going to do it. They're going to use that leverage they have for optics with the public and the greater global community to do so. But it's just a matter of dissecting it a little bit, looking into it a little bit further, and then it's pretty easy to pick apart. So guys, before we finish up, I just want to give a mention to our new channel sponsor, which is Crypto.com. And I so appreciate these guys coming on board to support us. We really appreciate it. And the cool thing is it's a really, really cool business. It's a really cool company, and they have an extremely slick app and Visa debit card. So you can buy, sell, and pay with crypto using this app you can download for free. It's a wallet. You can actually buy crypto at true cost with the wallet as well. They have these gorgeous metal Visa cards that allow you to spend crypto, and you can get up to 5% back on spending with certain cards. And I'll go into a little bit more detail on these cards in just a moment. But as you can see, they're actually metal cards. They're beautiful, beautiful cards. You can earn up to 8% per annum on your crypto with this app as well. You can get credit. So you can deposit cryptocurrencies and get a loan as well, which is very, very cool. And then they have facilities where you can pay in crypto too. So it's like an all-in-one cryptocurrency platform. It's very, very cool stuff. This is their new cards. absolutely beautiful cards. This one's Ruby Steel. So you can see you can get 2% back in MCO, which is one of their native tokens. They have two native tokens. One is called MCO, and the other one is called CRO, which we'll get into in a little bit more detail in just a moment. But these different cards come with different rewards. So the Obsidian Black has 5% back in MCO rewards, 10% rebate on Airbnb and Expedia for that one. Then you have this beautiful Frosted Rose Gold. These cards are so nice. And all you got to do is download the free app, and then you can actually order one of these cards. And here are some of the different cards. And what you do, it's very clever. You stake the token. Different amounts of the token stake essentially get you to upgrade. You can upgrade the card and you can get more benefits. So it actually provides token utility and gives the person looking at staking an opportunity to earn higher cash back and get one of these beautiful cards, which come with all these different benefits. Now, the Crypto.com is launching, or has launched in the United States, and is launching between the 7th and the 14th, launching in the United States. Again, all you got to do is go and download the app, and you can actually order yourself one of these cards. There's a link down in the description. Now, we're going to go into more detail in future videos, but there's two tokens associated with this project for the more tech and investor types. Is the MCO token, which is for staking benefits. And then there's the CRO token, which is the token utility, which is also used for staking, settlement, and payment as well. So very cool stuff. Thank you to Crypto.com. And guys, we'll be covering more of this and some cool news coming from those guys in the near future. So that's it for the video. I appreciate your time, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers. If you enjoyed the video today, then please consider leaving a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then come on board and also click the notification icon so you're always kept up to date. Leave a comment and tell me your thoughts on today's content. Then check out this next interesting video picked just for you.